Now I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Bumble F, and I'm just, looking like, where possibly can I be? What's up, the Foreign Boy gang? You already know how it is. You already know how we coming. Before we even get into this video, you already know what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to like, I need y'all to comment, and I need y'all to hit that subscribe button if y'all want to be a part of the Foreign Boy gang. And if you're already a part of the Foreign Boy gang, then wagwan my yuta dano. So today, So today what I got for y'all is, I'm about to be giving y'all a story time on how I got stranded on my first day of work. Now, y'all, this story time was all over the place. It was just, that day, it was just not a good day for me. Like, it was just not going well for your boy. He just wasn't, working out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, this all started on a July morning. So, I'm going to give y'all a little backstory. So, I was an inclusion aide. If y'all don't know what an inclusion aide is, it's basically someone that looks after a child with a special need or a special disability. So, your boy was an inclusion aide. So, when I first started working at the summer camp, I was working a 10-hour shift. Mind you, I was 14 at the time. So, I was working the shift, the 10-hour and 30-minute shift, 10-hour and a half shift every day until my boss realized a month later that I was not old enough to be working those hours, and he realized he could get, fired for that, and he could get fined for that, because, I was underage, working some long hours, but I was making money, though. I ain't gonna complain about the pay, because the check was, money, but, so why y'all think I got that ring light? I think I got, no, I'm playing. So, basically, I'm gonna give y'all a whole little backstory on the situation. So, basically, I end up getting switched to a different camp. So, mind you, I was at a 2-week camp from like 9 to 11 every day for 2 weeks until he switched me to a different camp. Now, this camp was called, what are we going to call the camp? We're going to call it E-Survivor. I can't say the real camp name because I don't want them to come back and sue your boy. So, we're going to call this E-Survivor. So, I got switched to E-Survivor. So, that Friday, I went, they were telling me, you got to be back on Monday. So now, mind you, we head into the weekend. So, I had got into a little altercation with my brother, and I walked out, and, I posted some things on social media, and my mom took my phone. So, your boy had no phone for the weekend. Now, usually when my mom take my phone, she always give it back. But this time, she didn't give it back within like a couple hours. So, I'm waiting, like, when am I going to get my phone back? I'm just waiting, waiting for the day to go by. So your boy didn't get his phone back. So next thing you know, it's Sunday. Boy still don't have his phone. So, I'm waiting, like, where my phone at? Where my phone at? So I'm like, Mom, when am I going to get my phone back? She was like, oh, not right now. She's like, you can't learn your lesson in 2 days. So I'm like, how do you expect me to get to work? She was like, oh, well, you'll figure it out. Now, mind you, my whole schedule changed. So my grandpa could not pick me up and drop me off to work no more. Your boy had to ride public transportation to work, and it was not the best. Saw some things every day that was regretful. But hey, your boy still made it to work. But mind you, I did not like riding public transportation. It was just not, I just didn't like it. It just wasn't, comforting. But, mind you, so I'm like, okay, so how am I going to get to work with no phone? And it's my first day at a new camp. So how am I going to get from plan A to plan B? So, next thing you know, I'm, just thinking like, how am I going to get to this new camp, if I don't have no phone or no type of GPS, to get me there. So I go to my brother's house that night because, I was kind of upset. Now, mind you, my grandma and my brother don't live that far. So I walk on over to my brother's house and, I just chill with him until, the next morning when it's time for my grandpa to pick me up. Now, mind you, my grandpa could only pick me up and take me to the train. Couldn't pick me up from work because he had changed his schedule around the first time, you know, when I had my first job and I was working the 7:30 to 6. So he changed his schedule, you know, can I, you know, start at, you know, 8 o'clock because, you know, I got to pick my grandson up from work and drop him off. So he got his schedule changed for me, which was really good. So he couldn't get his schedule changed again. So your boy was working 8:30 to 3 o'clock. So I was on my own. Had to get home on my own. It was just not a good day for me. So mind you, I wake up that morning and I'm feeling like, you know, something not just gonna go right today. I just feel like, you know, nothing's gonna go right for me today. So next thing you know, I get in the car with my grandpa and we head over to Burger King. Now mind you, they had their French toast sticks. As y'all know, Burger King French toast sticks. A1 right there. Burger King French toast sticks, always A1. So mind you, so I look up on my grandpa's phone, Google Maps, on how to get to so-and-so school. So I'm, you know, looking it up on, and you know, guys know, Google Maps tells you everything. Tells you how to get everywhere, every type of way. Bike, boat, no, I'm playing, not boat, bike, everything. So I look up transit. So transit is like, you know, public transportation. So it says that I take the 213 and and get off at this street. So I'm like, okay, this shouldn't be a breeze. So I get on the 213 bus and, you know, we driving. Now, mind you, we stop. So I'm like, I'm thinking this is my stop. So it says that the school was on the left of me when I got off, like on the left street. So I get off the bus. I'm like, so where's the school? Like, you know, where's the school at? But I'm like, wait, where? Because I'm so confused. And your boy have no phone. So I'm like, where's the school at? So next thing you know, there's a local gas station. Not a local gas station, but like a local store. So I go to the store and I'm like, you know, how do I get to so-and-so school? He like, you have to take this street. So I take this street. Now I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Bumble F and I'm just, you know, looking like, you know, where possibly can I be? Like, I'm just looking around like, you know, where can I be? So I'm just in the middle of nowhere. Boy, have no money. No money at all. All I have is my backpack and nothing. I have backpack and nothing. I had stuff in my backpack. I had my lunch in there, but had nothing. So, like, I'm really like, you know, I'm lost. I'm like, you know, where am I? Like, literally, where could I be? So what I do is, you know, I'm pacing back and forth, you know. Pacing back and forth. I'm like, so what am I going to do? So I waited a good 30 minutes until I figured out, your boy has to figure out some way to get to work. Because my grandpa is going to pick me up later from work. So I walk up the street and I realize, oh, wait. I thought there used to be a Walmart here. Now, mind you, I got lost in kind of my old hometown. Basically, it splits up in the hometown. This city and this city. So basically, you know, your boy is lost. So I'm like, okay. So I walk up the street and I start to see some things familiar. I see a familiar gas station that my grandpa goes to get gas all the time. So I go in. I'm thirsty. It's hot. It's a very hot day. And your boy didn't have no water. So I go into the gas station and I get a 7-Up. Mind you, I know that's not a good, you know, choice on a very hot day, but I didn't feel like drinking no water. I was craving some pop. Mind you, I do drink a lot of water. So I give me a 7-Up, you know. I gulp the 7-Up down as soon as I get out the gas station. So I throw it away and I continue my journey on. So when you know when you're driving past some place and you know it looks really short because you're driving. So I walk the route that my grandpa drives by all the time. So I'm walking and I'm getting to realize, like, you know, when my grandpa driving past this not no short walk. This is not no short walk. So I'm walking past. So mind you, it's like 3 bridge overlays. You know how the bridges cross, you know, thing like that. So there's 3 of them, but they're evenly spaced out. It's like the border of my old hometown. So I'm walking, and then, you know, I get to the first bridge. So I'm like, I remember that the school is by one of those bridges. So I walk past the first bridge, and then I realize, you know, I'm familiar with the grocery store because we go to the grocery store most of the time. So I'm seeing the grocery store. So I'm like, let me walk this way. Now, mind you, when I walk straight down towards the grocery store, if you make a left, there's my old camp that I used to work at. So I'm like, I got to be close because that's where, you know, the school and, you know, the stuff meet. So I walk down that street going towards my old camp, and, you know, I'm walking past my old camp. You know, all my old kids are, you know, celebrating, saying hi and stuff. But meanwhile, I'm now 3 hours late for work at this point. So I'm realizing, you know, I gotta get gone. Now, mind you, it took me forever to walk past that Amazon, all of that, to get to where I'm at now. So I'm walking past, and then next thing you know, I cut through the park. So there's a big field of the school, and then over the front, well, the side of the park, it's, you know, a park. I don't know why I said park, but it's a park. So I walked through the park, and then, you know, some of the old counselors, well, directors were like, you know, hi, Michael, how are you doing? So, you know, I'm tired, my feet tired. So I sit on the bench and I talk to them. Now, mind you, I'm 3 hours work still, 3 hours late for work still at this point. So I'm still, you know, still chatting it up and talking. And, you know, they talking about, you know, how's the new camp treating you, You know, I'm telling them, you know, it's not that good, but, you know, I keep it moving because, you know, that's just what I'm doing. So I keep it moving. Now I'm at the second bridge overlay. So what I realize is the second bridge overlay is by my auntie's house, my great auntie's house, my grandma's sister. So I'm like, mind you now, I have no sense of direction. I'm so used to a GPS telling me where to go, or my grandpa driving me and telling me where I need to go. I don't have no sense of direction. It's just something that God didn't make me with. Like, God, where is my sense of direction? But, now mind you, your boy have no sense of direction. So I walked past the bridge overlay, and I realized, you know, this is the way I remember, you know, now I'm remembering the Google thing in my mind. Like, you know, it says, you know, walk straight down this street. So I'm walking straight down, and boom, look what I see. After 15 minutes of walking down, boom, look what I see. The school I'm supposed to be at, the school that I was supposed to be working at 3 hours ago. So I come in and I see my director. We gonna call this lady, we gonna call her Converse. I don't know what to call her, but I can't say the real name. So we gonna call her Converse. So Director Converse, I'm like, you know, she was like, oh, Michael, you're really, really late. So I, you know, clock in, goes, you've been clocked in for now 11:30. So clock that in, put it in the basket, and I head to work. Now, mind you, my big boss is there. We gonna call him Xbox. I don't know what to say. We gonna call him Xbox. So Mr. Xbox was like, Michael, why are you so late? So mind you, my mom had called him. Well, he had called my mom to, you know, let her know, like, you know, why is Michael, you know, not here? You know, we supposed to be starting camp, and, you know, his kid is here. So I get there, and my boss, he looks furious, but he can't be. But I had to make up a lie and say, you know, I caught the wrong train going back home, which was going the opposite away from the school. So he was like, you know, yeah, that happens. So mind you, he brushed it off. Now, mind you, I'm thinking it the whole time I'm walking. My boss is going to get on my butt for being this late. Now, mind you, yes, I'm very late. Very late at this point. Just extremely late. So, you know, I'm talking to them, you know, brush it off his shoulder. You're like, you know, it's okay. So I meet my kid, go through the day. The day wasn't that easy, but I ain't going to describe it because I can't describe the kid. But the day didn't go through that well. But, you know, it went by well. So after work that day, which me only being there at work for like, you know, 3 hours, maybe 4 and 30 minutes maybe. But I walk back the way to my old camp. You know, I was like, you know, why not, you know, visit, you know, some of my old kids and some of my old counselor friends. So I see some of my old friends and old counselor friends, and they're like, and then the kids, they're like, oh my God, Mr. Michael, Mr. Michael. So they all ran to me, you know, I hugged them, you know, keep it moving. So I get to, now my grandpa's picking me up from the old camp. So he was like, Michael, why did you not go to work? Mind you, my grandpa is very furious. He's like, Michael, why didn't you go to work? He was like, you have no sense of direction. And you guys know, if you have a Belezian parents, they say simple a lot. Simple means dumb. He's like, what wrong with your simple Rossi boy? He was just very upset. Now, mind you, I'm just brushing it off. But that day was a day to never forget, because your boy, ooh, after that, my mom gave me back my phone. And you know, that day taught me, never get your phone taken away if you don't got no sense of direction. Like, I'm just saying, that just don't. Because if you have no sense of direction and you get stranded, it's just done for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And you already know how I do. I chuck the deuces.